Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
And we're somewhere new again.
We are.
The Moose Lodge.
Yep.
It makes sense.
By the picture of the moose.
Of the moose behind me.
Yep.
We have a guest today too.
Well, the moose is blocking the moose.
Makes sense.
That's
works.
pretty funny.
It all works out, right?
Yep.
We got Gilbert Leake. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm good. It's Lake, not Leakey, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a weird name spelled. What is Lake, by the way?
Indian.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy. Wouldn't have guessed that. I was aiming towards like Dutch or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, there's a long genealogy thing about it, but
Right.
that's family is from I got family from Ireland, and my grandmother's hair was as red as flame. So
Really?
Yeah. So, but she was a white gal, and Grandpa was Indian, and how that all filtered into my bloodline, and
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh. Heinz 57.
That's
Right.
pretty much it.
Kind of like you.
No.
Yeah.
You ever do that 23andMe, Gilbert?
I have not.
Oh, dude, it's a trip, man. You find out what kind of easy people your freaking ancestors were, man. Mine humped everything because
He had to scroll 3 times to get through them
Yeah.
all.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like Dana's where it was like 98% this, 1%.
What is she? 98%
German.
German. I was
Yep.
going to guess that.
Yep.
See, that was mine. I was like 56% German and a couple other things. Some French,
Yeah.
some Irish.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine, they literally. I've said this a few times. They sent a text that said, "How many people spit in this damn thing?" You know what I mean? But hey, before we get going, I always forget to say, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. What the Bullhucker is, it's a podcast where we bring on a guest, Gilbert today. Gilbert's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Trick is only 2 of them are true, 1 is a lie. Or actually, Gilbert, without going into great detail, is it a lie, a partially made up story, or borrowed?
Borrowed.
It's a borrowed story. Okay,
Yes.
those are tough because that means they are true.
Yeah, they're a true story, just not your true
not
story.
Your
Right,
true story.
exactly.
So okay,
Yep.
that's fun. You used to be the king here at the Moose Lodge, didn't you?
I was one of them.
Okay.
I was I wasn't the governor. I was the assistant governor. Governor-elect. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But
Nice.
yeah, I was on the board for a while, and
Nice.
did all that stuff, and just got too busy with everything else.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just bought a new house.
Yes, just purchased a house here, about 2-3 weeks ago,
Right.
and lots of stuff going on there, just getting unpacked, and I never want to do it again. I said that the last time I did that, but I said it 26 years ago.
All
so,
right. Well, you made a good run then.
yeah,
You know,
I did. Yeah, so
last night at the city council meeting, Dana, we bought the house with. It was Valentine's Day yesterday, and I said, "What's Gilbert doing?" She's like, "Replacing toilets." I go, "That's love. That is love, man."
yep,
You know.
she'll. I think she'll appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a cool house, man. It's
We're gonna have a big opening when we get it all done and
Yeah.
and all that. But yeah, it's amazing.
That's
Yeah,
cool, man.
yeah.
Good for you guys. That's great, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's no fun doing all that stuff to the house, though, man. But when it's done, it feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just put flooring in mine recently, man, and it's still have to get used to it. It's not that old nasty carpet that went in 06, man. Because but it's
Right. Yep.
When I tore it out, I could have offered it to a homeless person to be like, "I'm good. Street works. Concrete's fine.
I'm good with my cardboard. I'm fine.
I'm already homeless. I don't need to catch whatever's on that thing." You know what I mean? So
I
that's
understand. Yep.
here at the Moose Lodge, I actually grew up here in the 80s.
Okay.
My grandfather was a member out here for many years.
Okay,
So
okay.
I learned to play pool in that back room.
Right,
And Shirley Chemples and Roy Rogers were my friend.
They were a great drink back then.
Oh, yeah. Still, you know what? Still are,
still
man.
are,
Still
yeah,
are. Grandpa's was Jack Daniels, and so he'd have a few of those and we'd drive home. That's how that worked in the 80s. So,
Yeah. Or you drove home.
Yeah. Keep one eye open, Grand. We lived over off Eaton back then, so we're like, what, a mile and a half away?
Yeah.
So, I mean, back then, I think when they pulled you over for a DUI, they just told him, "Rudy,
Nah.
We're gonna follow you home to make sure you make it.
right?
Yep.
You okay, little buddy?" And I'm all wired on the frickin' Roy Road, from the 44 pops he gave me just to shut me up, and so
Yeah.
that's where I learned to play pool, man. This is a cool place, though, man.
Yeah.
So how do you become a member here?
So basically what it is, we encourage you to come out, visit the place. You sign the little register over there, and then you can kind of see the events that they do, and we want you to see that. You don't want you just to join so you can just be a member on paper and then never come back. We want you to come out and experience the things. Ladies of the Moose, Women of the Moose, put on a lot of events as well. So come out, get involved a little bit, come during a game night so you can see what happens. Necessarily you can't do it when you're not a member, but and then join. It's $85, I believe, the first year, and then $55 after that.
Well, that's not bad at all.
No,
that's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
And and you get the benefit of the being a member of the a society, and we do moose charities for the kids and whatnot. But just being involved with the group, and they do fun activities out here that steak nights and stuff like that. It's not everybody in town does it. It's the lodge. So yeah,
I see a lot of people post, like John Sherman does it a lot with the meals out here where they're cooking. And what's up, John?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So that's what, we should probably join the Moose Lodge.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea, and I encourage you guys to sign up under me because you'll get all kinds of pats on the back.
it'll make Gilbert look good.
So. Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Will it make Gilbert look good if nighttime Larry shows up? Will that be? Well, how's he here? Well, Gilbert Leake. That's who.
Damn it! Yeah, we haven't kicked him out yet, but no.
Gilbert, he's on the lawn again, passed out. That's on you.
Yeah. Well, and then you can get involved with like the beer pong leagues, the cornhole leagues, the tournaments. I mean, and they're they run a few months. So beer pong starts up in March. So and it's pretty intense. It's pretty fun though.
Beer pong. That's not cornhole. I can do some cornhole. Beer pong. I'm getting a little old for that, man. I don't mean that I'm more mature for it now. I mean like it's going to hurt like really bad. I have the fear. Is what
okay,
it is.
So last year Dan and I were we've been together for a couple of years. Well, somewhere around there. And last season, what was it? Well, it was towards the end of the season. Broke her toe in 2 spots playing beer pong. So it was all hands.
Is it full contact?
That's
beer
exactly
pong or what?
Her toe?
Yeah. So her and another gal was going for a retrieve ball. So they just collided and she broke her toe in 2 places. So
Dana, I don't think you're playing beer pong right. I don't think someone's explained the rules to her correctly.
I think if I ever play in that, I'm going to wear my steel toe boots.
That's it.
I think that's what the other one did.
That's funny. All right. So, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And welcome back, by the way, Adam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, we're here at the Moose Lodge because we're actually jumping around. We've been at the Star. We've been at the boxing place in Gladiator
Boxing.
Fort Morgan. We've been at Rebel Girl in Fort Morgan, so another Moose. Next hit, we're going to the Arts Center here in Brush. So
Moose sent me like all of the places we're going to be or been or whatever.
Right.
I was driving over here and I'm like, where the hell am I even going?
Yeah, which one is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the Moose Lodge Art Center, then the golf course after this. So,
very good. I was going to ask about the golf course.
Yeah, that's going to be Lance and Gina Phelps.
Yep,
are going to do out there. So that should be an interesting one.
That'll be fun. Yep.
Lance actually did we did the live show, and the story he told was pretty awesome, man. That was a really cool story, man. So it was morbid, but. It's a story you'll never forget. Kind of like the ones that when you ask, everybody has stories. Something that's happened to them, or So it's pretty neat that you guys do this. I like Thank you.
the whole thing. I haven't done I just like listening, and then I just need to get on there and start voting or whatever
Well, we just did the voting for the live one, but hey, just watch. I was trying to figure out a way when we first started doing this, Gilbert. What we do is you'd tell your 3 stories, and then you'd have to come back to the next episode to see the ending, to see which story it was. But it got confusing, I think, for some people. So people weren't really into it like they should have been.
Okay.
Not that they should have been, but so that's why we just do it all one episode now. So if you're watching from the beginning, they're probably confused, like, is it over? Because which one was it? Yeah. So that's we changed it up. So,
okay.
But yeah, it's been fun, and the stories. And everybody says that when they come on this, when we ask them or we reach out to them, is I don't think I have great stories. I don't think I'm that interesting. And you know what? You'd be shocked at how interesting your stories really are.
Yeah. Well, that's the first thing I thought of was like, You know, sometimes they're funny, but I don't know if they're necessarily something that.
Right.
But then again, happened to me. So
Right.
Right.
Right. In comedy, even there's been a few stories that I was telling a story to Sean Garrett when I worked for him at DFA, and he started laughing, and I go, that's funny. I thought it was just a weird story. I was coaching girls up in Pueblo for the Boys and Girls Club. This became a joke I told on stage, right?
That's a great joke.
And as fifth grade girls, basketball was the first group they gave me and my buddy Robbie. And these girls are from the rough part of Pueblo. They, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I was trying to teach them the back door and all this in basketball, and two of them collided into each other, and one fell down. And the other one towers over and says, "Watch where you're going, slut," or get up, slut. And I said, "Whoa! These are fifth grade girls, man."
Oh no!
And I said, "Hey, that's a disgusting word. Do you even know what it means? Do you even know what that word means? It's hurtful. What does it mean?" And she's like, "Slut." I go, "Yeah." She's like, "It's a girl who gives up there because she doesn't have any level of respect for herself." And I was like, "Carry on," because that's a great. That's better than the description I had of that word. You know, I was like, "Thank you. That's my new description. I'll call Webster because I guarantee he doesn't have that. You know."
Oh gosh, yeah.
When I told him that story, he started laughing. I go, "Well, maybe there's something to it." So if you want to come on the Bullhucker, you can always go to thebullhucker.com. There's always a contact us and let us know, man. We'd love to have people, and it's just everyday people. That's the fun part of this podcast, you know. So, you ready to tell some stories, Gilbert?
I'm ready.
All right. What we got, Adam? You want to read them off?
We've got morning chores, brush with fame, what happens in Vegas.
All right. Well, you haven't been here in a couple of episodes, man, so knock her out.
I'm going to go with brush with fame.
Okay. So, I tried to remember the years on these stories because they're, but.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking it was like 1986. Okay. I'm a big concert guy. Love concerts. Always went to every concert that came through.
Sure.
Well, what was funny is I didn't have tickets to this concert, but my sister did, and her friend Angel. And I'm like, do I really want to go? Because she wanted to know if I wanted to go, and said, you know what? I haven't seen Bon Jovi, in person yet. And I was like, cool. Oh man. It was a hell of a show. But anyway, so my sister says, do you want to go? And can you bring a friend? I'm like, yeah, I got a friend. We usually go to all the concerts together. Corey is his name. So anyway, my sister says, okay, I'm going to pick you guys up around 4 o'clock, and we're going to head to Denver. Okay. I'm like, that's kind of early. Concert doesn't start till 8. Yeah, but we want to go cruise around and park and then walk.
Prime yourself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Course,
yeah. So, well, of course, she bought some beers. We're appreciative of that.
Of course.
So anyway, we get there, and this is at McNichols. So we park, and then we just start, walking. I'm with my sister, so we're just walking down. We're just walking around Denver. I can't even remember the streets, but anyway, so as we're walking, horns are going off and this and that, but all of a sudden this car pulls over. And it's not a car; it's a limousine. And I'm like, it's kind of weird. Well, anyway, the window comes down, and the driver says, hey, would you guys go into that parking lot for me? Okay, so we did. Go into the parking lot, and out the back door opens up, and John Bon Jovi gets out of
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
he gets out of the back door, and he goes, would you guys want to go cruising? Yeah, he goes, yeah, we just don't want to get there too early, and, we've got backstage passes.
What?
So we get in the car, and yeah, it was like 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. We're cruising around, and we had a couple drinks with them. My sister, I think it was my sister and Angel that got the attention because, they were hotter than we were if you're going that direction. But but they knew we weren't together, and when they learned it was my sister. Anyway, my sister wound up getting a hotel for us because after the concert they went and did some more partying. Well, we're under 21, so
right.
So she put us up in a hotel, and they went off with Bon Jovi and party. But the backstage, we went backstage, and Richie Sambora, man, he was just a cool dude. Just
of course,
yeah, just the whole thing, the experience. Like I said, I didn't. I've had backstage passes and stuff before, and I've got, but this was the coolest because just meeting them and getting to know them a little bit before before the concert. And then, tickets were upgraded. We got closer to the stage.
Wow.
It was pretty wicked, man.
That's cool.
I love the fact that, I've been to, concerts upon concerts,
Sure.
at Red Rocks,
Me too.
Metallica, and it's not always a great thing to brag about, but that was one of my favorite concerts was
Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi.
I mean, I'd brag about it.
Yeah,
Shit, you know?
Yeah, no, it was kind of, I didn't have the brush of fame or, as much as my sister did.
Right.
They hung out for, I think, a couple weeks.
You were brush of fame adjacent, though.
Yeah, exactly. but it was my brush with fame. So
You said you had a hard time with the years. Do you remember about what album it would have been?
Slippery When Wet.
Right.
Yep.
Shit, did that come out before New Jersey or after?
That would have been before.
Before New Jersey. So New Jersey had been out. Still a great.
Oh yeah.
I was watching VH1 back in the day when they did all their back whatever, and they had a guy. They were talking about Poison, and one of the guys like. No grown ass man like Poison. I'm like, I like Poison. You know what I mean? Like,
I went to Poison at Red Rocks.
Oh, really?
Poison, Slaughtered, and Bullet Boys.
Oh, that'd be a cool concert, man.
Like I said, any concert. Helix and Metallica and Dokken, Kiss, Rat, all of them.
I met the lead singer of Slaughter
in
Pueblo. Yeah, my buddy Nathan Garduno. What's up, Nathan? I worked at Axe Haven Music, and they were signing autographs before the state fair. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
I got to go meet him, and it was meeting about 4 million girls, so he was real excited to meet me. So.
It's like, hey, there's a dog in the sheep's,
a sheep in a wolf's.
Wolf. That's what I was trying to think.
Yeah. That's a cool story. I'm hoping that one's true. I'd love Bon. Everybody loves Bon Jovi. Man.
Yeah, and it's all the songs,
right?
And when the concert came or when the album dropped, we were jamming on the. Of course, vinyl back then, but man, we'd play that thing up. And, and I know my sister got 4 tickets right off the bat, so I was like, she isn't going to take me, but,
right?
She
because there was Fahrenheit, Slippery When Wet, New Jersey, and then wasn't there another one in there?
Yeah, that.
Gosh darn it. Not the newer one with like Glory Days on it, but oh shoot.
No, but
there was another popular one in there.
All the ones I keep thinking of are Aerosmith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I come across is, I know the song, but do I necessarily know the albums? No.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the albums, because we're all old enough to where when those came out, you listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
So you knew every song on that album.
You knew exactly when to flip the tape over because your favorite song was starting on the other side.
Yeah, that's right.
But when you go to the concert, our generation, when it goes to a concert, you sing along with everything. They don't pop out songs you don't know, because you know almost all the music. Now, these kids nowadays, they're spoiled, man. Yeah. Well, we're spoiled with them because I've jumped onto the Spotify train. But but it was, back in the day, like when Aerosmith came, I knew all the words of all the songs. Right. I love Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of my favorites, too.
I've been to their concerts.
Me, too.
So, yep.
Which ones did you go to?
So the last one would have been, it's kind of dating, probably 2002, so that would have been, I suck with concerts, albums.
It would have been the, 2000. I went to that one. Was it Andrew WK?
Yeah.
At Pepsi Center, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I went to that one with, God, who did I go with? I don't remember who I went with now, but it was okay. Andrew WK's Let's Get a Party Started, Let's Get a Party, so.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's this one song that, play the song, get off, man. So, it was off Just Push Play.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
Yep.
It's a great album. Dude, I love this music, so I'll talk to you all day about it. And then the first time I saw him was in 94. For the Get a Grip tour.
Oh, gotcha.
Did you go to that one or no?
I did not go to that one.
Okay.
No, but my first concert of all time, and I was living with my sister in California, went to Asia.
Okay.
And so that was Anaheim Stadium. And in
California.
Yeah, massive amounts of people, and I'm just in awe. And music was great, and you could smell the weed.
Of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of it there.
Of course.
And I'm
That's awesome.
This is a concert? Wow, I want to go to more. So, Monsters of Rock, Sunday number 1, number 2.
Monsters of Rock, who was at that?
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah.
Who wasn't?
That's what I was going to say. And I remember I took a nap during the Scorpions when they were on stage.
How dare you, sir?
Wasn't on purpose.
I've been there.
Yeah. I got detained at a Def Leppard concert for fighting. So I've had my, my issues.
Right.
But they were like, yeah, we're not going to do anything to you here. You guys just, you shouldn't have been caught shoving.
Right.
He pushed me first. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Gilbert, that's so fun concert. I'm with you. Mom, old Mary Lundstrom wouldn't let me go to concerts in high school.
Oh.
He'll do the drugs. I don't know what she thought. Yeah. But when I got out, man, that's all we did was go to concerts, man.
Anything and everything. And even now, I mean, it's not as many, but
right.
I love the fact that, you can go to Lita Ford in Fort Morgan.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
But you know what? I love Lita Ford,
man. Oh, man, me too. Yep.
All the Runaways. She was one of the Runaways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Joan Jett. The last concert I really want to go to when I first started dating Patty was in the Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard.
Oh, yeah.
And, we got the tickets when we first got together, like a month into it in December of 19. And then, we're going to go. And then COVID shows up. Thanks, COVID, you piece of shit. And I remember we were laughing about it because I remember like in July, it was August 20th was a concert. And I remember like my birthday in July thinking, this COVID thing's probably pretty close to being over, right? They're going to cure this like in the next month, right?
Yeah.
This concert's going to happen. And then they postponed it. And I said, okay, we can wait a few months. And then we know we're just getting our money back. And it broke my heart because I've never seen Motley Crue. I've seen Vince Neil at the State Fair, but not Tommy Lee and Mick Mars and Nikki Sixx. So
I've been to Home Sweet Home, that album, when Tommy Lee was strapped to the seat and then upside down. He came out over us, and then he upside down, and that was awesome. And then Def Leppard made the "Pour Some Sugar on Me" video in Denver. They made the actual live video,
really,
for their MTV video for the song.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was fun.
How cool is that, man?
Yeah.
I was at the Nine Inch Nails concert. I know it's not the same genre of music, but to bring that point up, at McNichol Sports Arena, and they brought out a big screen in the middle of the song "Hurt" by Nine Inch Nails. Uh-huh. They filmed that in Denver. If you look at the bottom of the screen where where all the animals are decaying, you can see little people, like little shadows of people. Wow. It's cool, man. We were there because I'm like, what's this about? Like, half the arena can't see this. Well, they filmed that. It was cool, man.
That's really cool.
It was really cool. So, no, concerts are fantastic. And like I said, in '94, when I finally started going, I caught the very tail of it when they were all still touring.
Yeah.
I've seen Van Halen a few times. I've seen, all the big ones. That Guns N' Roses never, and Motley Crue, which sucks because Motley Crue is my favorite band of all time. Mm-hmm. But Appetite for Destruction is my favorite album of all time from Guns N' Roses. Yep. So that'll always be a regret in my...
Well, Dana and I were talking because we wanted to go, and I thought I had seen that Motley Crue was coming back to Denver this year.
Right.
I don't know who, but I'd like to go to it. You know.
It'd be cool.
I'd sit up away from the stage now just because I'm 50 plus. And,
right. But then again, so is everybody at that concert probably.
You're true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm the old guy there, but yeah, they are too.
Where they're selling more bottled water than beer at this concert. Just got to hydrate, right?
Yeah. Can I buy a pack of aspirin too?
Oh, I mean, just put little earplugs in.
Yeah, earplugs and ibuprofen.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I didn't never believe it. I know that's my southern side of me. I didn't never, but the ringing in my ear.
Yeah.
I think it was because of I was at Metallica at Red Rocks, and
lucky.
I was right staged, but right in front of the speaker. And I mean, it was so loud, and I definitely did not hear at all out of this ear for a good 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
But somebody answer the phone.
Worth it.
Yeah. But so worth it.
Yeah. I saw Metallica 98.
Oh, okay.
For the Summer Sanitarium. It was Metallica, Kid Rock, Korn.
Oh, yeah.
System of a Down and Power Man 5000. It was on my 28th birthday.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The uncool part about it was there was 10 of us, me and Tim Dussault, and then 8 of my friends from Pueblo who all decided to trip acid during the concert.
Oh,
and,
awesome.
And me and Tim did not, but Tim was getting divorced, so he finally got a little freedom. So him and I just get plowed. I get a little more plowed than Tim, I know. It's crazy.
That doesn't sound right.
But the part I remember of that concert the most is before Metallica got on, every woman in the arena was flashing. Just whipping them out. I had a plate of nachos And that's what I was interested in. Tim's like a kid, like, Larry. And I'm like, nachos. And I'm like, shoving, like, don't touch me, you know.
Let me have my nachos.
Forget you all, bud. I was deep in it, bud.
In Tim's case, he was getting divorced. So he'd seen the same set of boobs for how long?
That's true. But he was like, Larry. Shut up, Tim. Leave me alone. You're pissing me off, you know. So, yeah. What do you think about that story, Adam?
That's a great story.
That is one. That
would have been a heck of a limo ride.
Oh, it was. I was in awe. Like I said, it was just. I was more just.
Right.
Man, this is so cool.
But you're a young man.
Yeah.
And the internet's not around by then, so all you know these guys are from Hit Parader, or you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
on MTV videos, and you know, I mean, I'd have been starstruck. Any of them, I'd have been just like, oh my god, you know.
Well, you know, and I've had since then, but I mean, like Dan and I were at Shanahan's restaurant in Denver.
Oh, steakhouse.
Yeah, and you know, we're just going to have a nice dinner, you know, and she goes, that guy looks familiar to me. Mike Shanahan's right here, you know, talking to the people at the table behind him. So she took a picture, and I'm like, you know, I've seen that stuff, never had any conversation, but I actually got to speak with them and talk to them, and a little interaction, and you know, I mean, it wasn't much, but you know, it's
kind of cool to talk to them.
Like I said, it was my brush of fame. So,
but I mean, like, also, the older you get, the less impressed you are with shit.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of people out there you'd be like starstruck over, but it's cool to meet people like that. You know?
Yep.
Like when the Dalton Reisners of the world show up, you're like, that's cool, Dalton Reisner. You know what I mean? But you're like,
right. Yeah.
Sign my boobs, Dalton. You know?
I'm never washing them again.
All right. No, I like that story. I'm hoping that's true. Well, it's true no matter what. I hope it's your story. So, all right. We have Whatever Happens in Vegas and Morning Chores next. Well, I know which one I want to hear, so I'm going to do the other one. We can save the one I want to hear for last. So let's go Morning Chores.
Okay, so this is going back again to, this would have been about 84. And so we had a farm out south of Fort Morgan, about 30 miles. And so we have, you know, the bunkhouse, and we have people working there, and we all worked there too. You know, my mom told me when I was little that I asked her, well, I'm the youngest of 12, and she says, I asked her why she had me. Didn't she, you know, get her fixed with the other 11?
Right.
And she goes, no, I need another tractor driver. All right, Mom.
She wanted to collect the whole set. Leave her alone.
Yeah. So, and we weren't Catholic or Mormon, so there's...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
that is weird.
But you were farmers.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So anyway, so this is kind of a story how it's extremely odd but kind of crazy. Is Jim Queen was one of the cowboys out there, and man, he was just a hell of a cowboy. Just one of those guys that just kind of inspired me at that youth of an age, just for honor, respect, that kind of stuff, you know. Right. And so him and I we're doing stuff with the horses and this and that, and so Jim says, you know, Gilbert, I'm gonna make you a bet. He goes, I'm looking for 40 hours of labor from you for free, and he goes, well, yeah. Like, well, I might not be very old, but that doesn't seem like a very fair trade.
Yeah, I've done the math; it doesn't work out, man.
I mean, I make $100 a month,
right?
Back then.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes, here, I'll bet you then. I'll bet you a brand new saddle that I can walk on my hands to the barn. I said, okay. And he goes, if I fall, you get a saddle. If I go all the way, you work for me for 40 hours. I said, okay, that's a deal. And it's 300 feet to the barn from the house. So I'm like, but he's a pretty skinny guy. I'm thinking, oh, he's got this, you know. And then he gets out there and he kind of steps off the sidewalk, goes over to the dirt, bends down, puts his hands underneath his boots, and starts walking. Yeah, I said, you dirty bird. That's not what I called him. But about 35 feet, he falls over. So he kind of laughed a little bit, but then he realized that he just gave a 14-year-old a
brand new saddle.
So, but he honored it. So he goes to his house and he comes back. And, beautiful saddle, man. I just loved it. So we get rain, you know, during this time of year. So obviously we use horses for checking cows and whatnot.
Right.
So the next day, after I got my saddle, I'm going up and I'm saddling Shannon, my horse. And I get her all strapped in, brand new saddle. I'm filling my oats, I'm like, holy, I'm a cowboy.
Right.
I'm a tennis shoe cowboy, but I'm a cowboy. So I'm going out to our first gate, which is going to the north pastures. And Shannon's a little muddy, so she's a little skittish just because the road. So I get in the field, and she's a little better off. Anyway, I'm getting to the gate. You just used to opening gates, and got to get off my horse. And never had any problems with her, but so I get to that. I wrap my arm around the thing so I can pull it and then lift the. But the bottom one on this gate always has to stick, so you just reach your hand down in there, and and it's barbed wire. Anyway, I did this, and I reached down, and sure as shit, I sorry about the language.
Very good.
I stabbed myself with the barbed wire.
Oh no!
And man, I pulled it out, and I mean it's bleeding pretty good. And then I hear this rattle. I'm like, what? And I look down, and sure enough, there's a stinking rattlesnake right there.
Oh shit!
Then I look back at my hand, look down. Oh, crap! I just got bit by a. So I have to kill it because I'm like.
So the barbed wire is not what.
It
was a rattlesnake.
Yeah,
I
got bit by a rattlesnake.
Oh no!
So of course I'm stomping it, and I killed it. And I'm like, all right, Shannon, it's time to. I turn around, and she's already gone. So, and this is about a mile walk now.
Oh shit!
I'm walking, and it's extra long because it's muddy. So I'm walking back to the house. I get to the house, and I'm speeding this up because there's a lot of things run through your mind when you're 14 and got bit by a rattlesnake and you're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, yeah, plus you're walking, so your blood's starting to circulate more, so that's even more dangerous, of course.
Yep. And I'm 30 miles from town, 27 miles, and it's muddy, so there's...
Oh, jeez.
So these are all things that are running through my head, but first off is I'm pissed about my saddle being on that horse.
Oh, sure.
Because she likes, once she gets done, and, she likes to scratch her side and all that. Usually didn't do it with the saddle, but I figured this is going to be the time when she did.
Right.
Wasn't, and then I get to the hill to go down into the drive. I get down there. She's at the gate. But, yeah, rattlesnakes and her just did not mix at all. So I get down there, and, I was just mad, Open up the gate, and I put her in there, and I tied her up. And, of course, I'm going to go to the house and just let everybody know.
I'm dying.
Nobody's in the house. Like, what the heck's going on? So, and I didn't pay attention to the tire tracks going out of the driveway because it's muddy, enough that you could see it. So I went out, and I'm like, oh, crap, they left. So I get in the service pickup, and I start heading. I'm like, I got to go to town. And so 1984, the doctors took lunches, and and this kind of thing.
Right.
So I get into town, and I mean there's a lot of things that happen in here, but no, I thought they went to town. They just went to the mailbox, which is a mile away from the house. So I get the service pickup. I get almost there, and they're coming back, and then I still got the snake. I'm just carrying it around by the tail.
Right.
And girls are screaming, and they're like, "Oh crap, we got to get them to town." So I want to say one of the other farmhands, because my sister. I don't think my sister went, but one of the farmhands drove, and we went into town and went to the doctor's office, Dr. Soul, and it's closed for lunch. So we had about 10 minutes. And by then my hand my finger's swollen like pretty good. My hand is getting fluid in there, but I'm starting to get a little blurred vision, And so this is an hour or so like that, And so during this, like, I'm hungry, so let's go to Sonic so we can get a burger, and then we'll just go back to the doctor's. And I probably wasn't trained as well as I should have been for that kind of thing. Right. But so we get there, get to Sonic, go back to the doctor's office. Then by then the nurse receptionist was in. She goes, "Why don't you go to the hospital?" Well, that didn't strike me as just a snake bite. I didn't think anything of it, and I thought like a farmhand or something that would have a little bit more knowledge and experience. And we don't get to town much, let's say that.
Right.
And so he came in, and I just have the snake sitting on the little the bed thing, and he goes, because Dr. Solt delivered me, and he's like, "Yeah, I never expected you to be one to be bit," and then he looked and he goes, "Well, that's how long ago?" And I told him, and he goes, "Yeah, you probably didn't get a full injection into you."
Wow.
Just because I didn't hear it rattle when it bit me, so I startled it. Was what he thought, and so he bit me. I got some poison, but just not a lot.
Right.
And so he gave me the shot, and he monitored me for probably 3 or 4 hours, and said, "Yeah, if you're going to feel nauseous or anything worse, then we'll put you over to the hospital. But I think you're going to be okay." And 3 hours later, and this is all right around noon, because I got bit at 7. All this stuff happened,
Wow.
and it was pretty intense. Yeah, It was like 7:45 or something like that. But that was my morning chores. Didn't do any of them.
Wow.
But I was supposed to go out and check cattle, because we were supposed to be getting calves coming in and stuff. Yeah.
How'd the saddle turn out?
It turned out well. It actually, it was probably when I was about 25 or so, I got rid of it, and it was a hard day.
Right.
But I just couldn't. I wasn't on the farm anymore. Sold that, so didn't
have a need for it.
Didn't have a need for it. But boy, I hated seeing it go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
What's a saddle go for?
Back then that was $400.
I would say it depends on. I mean, you can get a cheap one for $300 or $400 now, and a new one you're looking at $3-4 grand.
Yep.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's just kind of depends on. A lot of it's who makes them.
Yeah, it's
there's like 3 or 4 big names in saddle making, and you buy one of their saddles, you're looking at a few $1,000s.
Yeah, you get the horns, you get the good horns for roping, you get the artwork on the sides and whatnot. Yeah, you can get them up there pretty good. I thought for a first saddle, I wasn't going to shrug it for winning it, but yeah.
I mean, if you had it today, you think it'd be worth any cash or no?
Oh, I bet you it's probably $3 or $4 grand now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was a cowboy, a true cowboy. So like if you haven't seen the 1883 with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill and that.
Sam Elliott.
It's
on Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the prequel to Yellowstone. It's the
I've never watched Yellowstone.
Origin story.
Yep. So those type of cowboys. So yeah, when he wasn't gonna buy a saddle that wouldn't be used, and I mean a good one, you know. So I'm pretty sure the equivalent might not be 3,000 now, but I bet you it's pretty close
up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So, I just. If I would have just fed the calves that day. Right. But I got my saddle, so I wanted to go out and try it.
Right.
And so so the next time I went out, I put it on Cricket, which is our stud, and had a much better experience.
Yeah, well,
he was just a,
right.
he just more aggressive horse, and he's good for when you're getting ready for branding season, but for just a nice quiet ride normally.
Yeah.
Shannon was the horse, but.
You didn't punch Shannon when you got back?
No, God. No, I thought about it, but she just doesn't like steaks, and I'm not a big fan of them myself.
I'd be running right next to her, so
yeah. Well, and what surprised me is I didn't even hear her. I was so focused and tunneled that when I pulled my hand up and the holes, I'm like, holy crap, and yeah.
Wow.
So that was that's why I say my morning chores. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one, Vogt?
It's completely possible.
Yeah.
I grew up on farms too, and we had snake bite kits in the glove boxes of all of our trucks out on the farm. So
at work, knock on wood, I haven't had to deal with it yet, but that's pretty common. under the scales, the truck scales.
Yep.
A lot of those rattlesnakes in the summer, it's cool under there. So,
Somewhere cool.
yeah, so they're under there. I've heard a lot. And then a lot of those dairies don't cut their weeds down around the scale houses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're kind of,
Yep.
walking through weeds, and that's why you wear boots, so. Yeah.
Yep. I like the high boots and
Yeah.
Yep. And what I do now is the same thing. We always come across them, or somebody's always prepared to take them out, and
Right.
and it's just you got to make your work zone safe. So
Sure.
it if they're usually if you just stop, they'll go away, but not always.
Right.
So
Huh. That's crazy. And I've heard the baby rattlesnakes is the ones you really got to worry about.
yeah, they don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Pretty aggressive.
Well, they'll also fill you full. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they don't know when to stop the venom like an adult does. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was a good story, Gilbert. I liked it, man. So. Yeah. Like I said, never been bit by a rattlesnake, so knock on wood,
Yeah.
Probably not fun. You?
Nope.
No? Any snake?
No, I've never been bit.
Me either. So,
I've killed a few, but
I used to take bull snakes, and they'd bite me while I'm picking them up, and they'd wrap their bodies around my arms,
right.
and I'd put my coat on and tease my mom with them, and come and give me a hug, and I got the snake's heads in my hands.
Oh, wow.
Kind of got a new respect for it,
Also a place in hell for
Yeah.
guys like you, Gilbert. Just in a special corner of the fiery plains.
Yeah.
Your poor mother.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you touched snakes at all after that incident. You would think you'd form a phobia.
To those people that I have a much better respect for them with a shovel in my hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I'm not going to go pick up even my kids have the thing about picking up like gardener snakes. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's fine and dandy. Go pick it up. Just give me a shovel.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
pick up fishing worms, but that's about as big as it'll get.
Yeah. I'm right there now. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're afraid of snakes.
I'm not really afraid of. I'm not going to touch one. I'm not going to pick one up.
You're not a fan of them, yeah.
But I'm not a fan of them.
I always talk trash about Adam. He's afraid of anything except squirrels. That fucking floors me. He hates
I
squirrels.
am squirrels and birds. Those are my two phobias.
Doesn't mind heights, any of that stuff. See, I'm scared of heights. I don't like heights at all. I just don't do them,
I never minded heights, but as I got older, it's just a respect now.
Yeah.
On TV, I'm telling the fools on the roof, get back from the edge, you're going to fall.
Right.
It's a movie.
Right. Yeah, I get anxiety over it. So.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, it's 2 down. So far, 2 good ones. So I like it. One more left. What happens in Vegas?
So I did get authorization to use this, and it's actually kind of a pretty funny story to me. So again, it was like a year and a half ago, like 2 days ago or something. I think Dana and I went to Las Vegas, and we just went a couple days to get away and just go have some fun. And so we fly in, get to our room, drop our luggage off, and then let's go down and go to Vegas. So we had reservations at Topgolf, which we're on the first level because it's Vegas and you have to schedule a month, 3 or 4 months out before if you want up. Like that's okay. So
what's Topgolf? Is that
the golf?
Just the one where you
just hit balls?
Yeah, there's like holes or
circles that you try to
get it
for.
into different circles
I know
for
Tim
different
and Chris
points.
were always talking about it. I'm not a golfer, but
Yeah, you don't have to be at Topgolf.
Okay.
But so on the way to Topgolf, we make our stops here and there, and we're feeling better. We're relaxing, and we played. I think we rented the bay for a couple hours.
Right.
And so during this time, I mean, we had a couple moments where it's like, yeah, maybe we should order water on our next round. We're in Vegas. Let's keep going. So anyway, we're smacking the ball and we're having fun and start sprinkling a little, and that's just perfect timing, because it's like it's 11 o'clock now or something. I don't know exactly the time.
Sure.
But I'm like, you know what? I want to get up and do something in the morning too. So let's head back, and because it was a long travel day and whatnot. And so we make our way back to the hotel, and I think it's the MGM because that's right next to Topgolf. So we're staying at the MGM, and so we get in, and we're making a couple stops on our way back. It's because you're in Vegas.
Of course.
You can stop everywhere.
Of course.
And this is pre-COVID, so there wasn't any of the
BS.
Yeah, you could sit down on the machine and somebody would come up right away.
Right.
So we stopped this one and this machine that you could sit 2 people on, and we were gambling for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm pretty good. I think I feel just about. If I did any more, I would have to have, assistance getting back to the room. And
you're in that Goldilocks stage, just
right,
not too drunk.
Sweet spot.
Maybe just a little, just beyond it, just a little bit.
Okay, all right.
But I'm like, hours and hours of this seems like, it's like, okay, well, we said we're going to go back. Let's go back. It's like 1:30 now. So I've had more than I thought I did, so I felt like it. So I'm like, all right, let's just go get on the elevator. Let's go to our room. And Dana was for it. So we get on the elevator, and you got to use your key card, right? And I didn't try it more than once. It's just like I swiped it and then pushed. We were on floor 17. So I swiped it and pushed 17. Up we go. But there was 3 other people on there,
Right.
And we went right past 17 to 19. I thought I must have not, so I swiped it again. Why isn't it working? So I said, Dana, give me your card. So I tried hers, and it wasn't working. And I'm like, this is stupid. And so we kept doing it. And, we wrote it 20 times maybe or so.
You weren't in the right hotel, were you?
No, yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, we were in hotel. Yeah, we were in the right hotel, and I'm like, I wondered if they charged what do you call it?
Didn't program the key right.
Yeah, program it right.
Okay.
So these people came on, and they were getting on floor 17. I'm like, yes, perfect. So luckily, but I'm like, we're still gonna have to go back down, and I tried it again, and I said, just not working, and they said the same thing. Maybe it wasn't programmed. So I said, would you mind at least getting us up there? We can use one of the room floor or the house phone, or what do you call them? The phones by the floor.
Yeah, the house phone.
Yeah. So we get off the elevator, and we're heading down to our room number, and you get those big circles. If you don't know if you're the MGM, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is our room number? And I pulled out the thing, and I looked at it. It's whatever. And so there's like 4 hallways. It says our room number isn't on these. And she was like, what? It says, I can't get any of the room numbers to match our... She goes, what the hell? So we get on the elevator and go back down, and I'm furious because I'm like, man, they gave me the wrong key, the wrong room number.
Right.
And then we walk around the corner, and I'm like, oh, maybe we should try this elevator bank. So we go right in there and swipe my card, and up we go. And we just went on the wrong elevator bank.
Oh, no.
But that's the funniest part of this whole story to me is it was 1:30 when we got on the elevator. It was 3 o'clock when we got into our room. We rode that elevator for an hour and a half.
That's awesome.
Up and down. And we talked to so many people and just frustrated.
They thought you worked there.
And it was so funny. It was so funny that we didn't think about getting off. We just wanted to make sure we could find somebody that's going to get on.
Right.
And we did. Somebody got on 17 like we wanted.
Oh, man.
And then when we finally get up there, and then walking down around, and now even to this day, we still laugh about making our inside joke to each other about, we should just go ride the elevator.
Yeah.
The wrong elevator. But we rode it for an hour and a half.
Nice.
And it was, so that's something that you probably, I wouldn't, not like all the stories from Vegas, but that was kind of one of the funnier ones that we've experienced that, we just swore to God we were on the right elevator. It was just mechanical or electronic not working or something, but
right.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny to me. So we
the sad part is, Gilbert, you were the 14th people that day that did that at the MGM. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's probably pretty common, really, when you got, it's so confusing, but not all of the elevators have the same floor numbers.
Right. Right.
But we happened to stumble upon a bank that had a 17, and
right.
So that was what the puzzling. I'm like, holy crud, But
this podcast would probably do amazing in Las Vegas if you just talk to people who worked in Las Vegas. Could you imagine the stories from people like that? There's somebody in a security room who like, what the. Are these two? They're probably making sure you and Dana aren't robbing people.
I know. I was going to say
like
security.
Pockets,
was like they're still on the elevator.
Yeah. Well, and when we go into the elevators after midnight, you got to show them your card. It's got the engine. And I showed it to the security guy on the elevator. He's like, okay, go on, but you can't get past him without that card. And because apparently there's escorts and stuff that try to get on the elevators without a card, and so that's a good way of handling it. But if you have a card and you get on the wrong elevator, so to this day, it's just funny that I literally didn't even think once about getting off and going to the desk, until I was mad enough that my card wasn't working.
Right.
But it's not going to work on the wrong bank.
That was the biggest bet in Vegas that day. The security people were like, I bet they ride 4 more times.
The over and under on you guys was like 17 trips.
Yeah. And I don't know how many times we rode, but it was actually quite humorous when we realized how long we stayed on there and swore that we were on the right one, and we just couldn't get to floor 17.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So the sad part is you went down to the desk, ate somebody's ass that did not deserve that.
We were actually out doing that. We were going to, because it's like, okay, this is finally when we realized it was stupid is because we were sobering up enough to realize it's like, God, we can't ride this anymore.
Yeah. Your blood alcohol level finally got to a point where common sense started kicking in. That's awesome.
Well, the last time I was in Vegas, I was out there for some car races. There's a bunch of guys from here that went to race at the dirt track out there. So I stopped I drove to Vegas.
Oh.
And so I drive in, I see the track, I stop. I hadn't even been to my hotel. And it was one of those things where I would leave the track at midnight, get to the hotel, and I was staying at the Excalibur. I didn't care where it was. I just wanted a cheap hotel.
Sure. like,
And so I go in and they're like, there's towers, and my room number is like 2403. So they give me my stuff. I'm packing my bag and everything through the casino. I get up there and it wasn't a swipe. It's just like you just touch it up against it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, here it is. I'm like, it didn't work. And I'm like, I know I'm on the right thing. So I go back down. I tell them the key didn't work. And they're like, well, here, we'll put you in a different room. So I was in a completely different tower.
Oh, my gosh.
So I had to go over to that tower and the same thing. It wasn't working. I was like, what the hell? Well, I didn't take it out of the sleeve. I took it out of the sleeve. It worked perfect. So then I was all pissed off because my original room was on the renovated side, and I was still my new room was on the old side. I was like, because before, other hotels, if it's in my wallet or whatever, you just put it up there and it'll work. For some reason, it don't work when it's that little paper thing. So
you ever seen Vegas Vacation?
Yes.
That's the part. That's what I was thinking when you tell the story is when they're checking like, go take a left and take a right. You're gonna come across some elevators. Those aren't your elevators. Go up the stairs, down the hall. Those aren't your elevators either. It's a labyrinth, and they make Vegas a labyrinth. They don't want you leaving.
Right.
You ever notice in most Vegas casinos, it's super easy to get in, but you got to walk to get out.
Shit to get out.
Right. Yeah. All the little walkways lead you into the hotel. But if you want to leave, you got to hike your ass out. So evil ass Vegas.
It's a science, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they pump oxygen in those things to keep you awake, and
bright lights and loud dinging bells and no windows or clocks or.
Oh man. Well, you know what? They built that city in the middle of nowhere.
That's how they keep you there.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good story. It's a very relatable story.
Yeah.
So I've had my fair share of trying to get into a hotel room drunk. So trust me, I get that. So
we just heard about that on your episode.
Yeah. But that part wasn't true.
That wasn't, was it?
No. But the one time I was getting the story, I was in Vegas. I got a little too drunk, and they had my buddy tail me back to the hotel because I was.
Yeah.
Like a shark, man. Just, and he said I sat there for a while trying to get in the hotel, and he was like, but it wasn't a tap. It was a insert the card. I don't know. Is he in the right room? So finally I got in. He's like, thank Jesus,
Yeah.
So he didn't want to come talk to me. He'd egg me on to talk more, but so. All right, Adam. What do you think? You got one in mind?
Kinda.
I kind of do too. But I think so. But what we do now is we rock paper scissors. Gilbert, how do you rock paper scissors?
How do I?
Yeah.
Do you go 3 or 4?
I do 3.
You go rock, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go boom, 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 shoot?
No. Rock, paper, scissors.
A 3-pumper. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That's...
Whoop, whoop. No, it's the right way. You're right.
No, you're not right. You're 1 pump short, brother.
That's just how we did it. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
No, I think you're right. So we're doing 3 pumps now, right?
We're doing 3.
That's how it is. All right, ready?
Shit, I did 4.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
So while we do that, that means Mr. Vokey has got a pick. Before we do that, I do want to say, if you enjoyed this so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner. It's a little red button. So make sure you do it. It's a little click for you, but a big click for us. And also, if you're no matter what platform you're on, whether it be iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, whatever, please leave a rating and review. It helps the podcast, and we do appreciate it. Adam will high-five you or hug you in public. Make sure you let him know.
You want.
He hands them out like candy. He's a good hugger, by the way. Like I said earlier, he gives two solid slaps on the back. Not too creepy, not nothing. It's a great hug. So make sure you. Yeah, that's right. He's in and out, man. It's like his science with this guy. It's amazing. So he could do it for a living. But please make sure you do that. Also, no matter where you're at in the Bullhucker, or no matter what, go to bullhucker.com. You can find all our episodes, all our good stuff. And if you go to a tab called As Seen on the Bullhucker, we'll have the Moose Lodge information there. So I'll get where you guys want us to direct people, whether it be a Facebook or is there a website?
Facebook is probably, well, I don't know website, but I know Facebook and whatnot.
We'll have a link, though, so you can be directed if you want to join the Moose Lodge. I mean, that's pretty cheap, and it is a nice place, and it's not a public place.
No.
So,
Yep, it's a membership club, so.
And it's very reasonable, so I think I am going to sign up.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'd be great. So please make sure you do all that. That'd be awesome. Now, Mr. Vokey, I've given you some time to think about your decision.
You have.
So let's hear it, buddy.
I think I'm going to go with, because the thing is it's a true story. It's just not necessarily his true story. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with What Happens in Vegas. Just, I don't know, just a feeling.
You got a feeling? Okay.
Just a feeling.
So that's your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay. Morning chores, I think, is true.
What?
I think that's true. No, I'm going through it. I think that's a true story. I believe that one. I think What Happens in Vegas is true. Although you start off by saying I have
authorization or clearance or something.
But that's maybe since Dana's name got brought up.
Oh,
that's why you maybe that's just a Bullhucker and you let that slip, and I'm going to kick myself for not catching that. But I think that's true. The brush with fame, I think that's a borrowed story. Out of jealousy, complete jealousy, I think that's a borrowed story. But I think that that might have been somebody else. But if not, that's a great story for whomever it is, even if it's yours. So I'm going to go with Brush with Fame. Adam, you're going to go with What Happens in Vegas. Gilbert, whip out the board. Let's see what you got, buddy. Brush with Fame. Hey, Gilbert, I love you.
Yes.
But if I'm a rock star, I'm not picking you up, man. I'm picking up a hot lady. Okay, but that's what's up.
It was my sister.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's your brother? That's cute. You have tickets? See you at the concert, brother.
Yeah. No, my sister and her friend Angel, they were acting. That's exactly how it happened to them. And,
right.
And I just added myself into it.
Right. Okay. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
When you said I have authorization to say it,
that's what got me.
Well, because I asked Dana if it'd be okay if I told that story.
Because her name gets brought up in it. Yeah. But when you said it, I almost stopped like, Gilbert.
I know. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, dude, you just told us.
Right.
And you didn't.
I give Kerry Kudrin so much shit about this, but when he was telling us which one's the Bullhucker? Is it borrowed? Is it story? He goes, well, it's made up. It happened during my college. He says during my college days. And that's the only college story he had. And I was like, so that's why I'm like, don't go into detail. But
gotcha.
Hey, Gilbert, those are some great stories, though, man. But the rattlesnake bite is true.
Yep. Yep. I was gonna. That's what when I was telling it, I was gonna show you the scar where it bit, and I don't. Well, there's not much light, but you can see one of the.
Oh yeah, I can see like a little.
That one there, and the other one was right here in the crease. So when it bit. it got me right there, and it just killed that skin. And
Right.
when it finally healed, I mean, skin grew back over it, but that dark hole stayed right
Wow.
where it was. Yeah.
Huh. And whatever happened to Vegas stays in Vegas. Wait till I see Dana.
Yeah.
We're going to CML here in June. I'll be like, Dana doesn't get to work the elevator. Okay.
Well, I'm supposed to go too as
Oh,
the plus one, but we'll just have to watch our elevator time.
We'll find Gilbert. Neither one of you get to do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gilbert and Dana.
Somebody just put them on the ground floor.
Right, right. Yeah, we had CML this time, and Dana and I and Allison, nowhere close to the same floor. So and around there, that's all over the hotel. So yeah, we kind of all right. Well, man, that was awesome, man. Gilbert, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely,
Dude.
it was fun.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
it was
being
a
here.
good time.
Yeah.
Once again, bullhucker.com. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We appreciate everything. Also, we are on Facebook, so make sure. I always forget to say this. I always forget. Make sure you like the page. That's where we post everything. That's where it'll first come out.
Okay.
Is on Facebook. Also on Instagram. I have a TikTok I have a little fun with. So find the Bullhucker podcast on TikTok.
Cool.
It's just me at work bored. That's what that is. So
He's bored sitting in the cab of a truck.
that's all it is, man.
Yeah.
So at any rate, thank you so much, Adam. Thanks for coming on, Gilbert.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
See ya. Peace.